Can Casper, XRP, HBAR, any laggard you're looking at make their way up to these levels? Instead of 3 banks controlling all of this and making bank from it, Ripple's trying to democratize this opportunity for mom and pop shops, smaller FIs, other banks that are not mega banks. So instead of the 3 most powerful banks controlling everything, Ripple is trying to make that opportunity accessible for the top 500, the top 1,000 banks. And JP Morgan does not like that. It is threatening the powers that be. What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Big thank you to all that like and subscribe, and links are in the video description. So first up, let's dive into the Casper price chart. Over the past week or two, especially with that recent ETH pump, we're seeing a lot of altcoins waking up. We also noticed that QNT or Quant along with Ethereum Classic or ETC were leading a lot of altcoins. So within TradingView, I've gone through the top 300 assets in order one by one, looking at every single chart. Now currently I have over 24 assets that are reaching this level today. So yesterday everybody was bullish, and now today everybody's bearish again just because Bitcoin's pulling back and bringing the alts back. Now on the macro, comparing assets, Casper, DAG, API3, XRP, HBAR, Algo, you name it. I believe that QNT, ETC, Uniswap, a variety of assets are potentially leading indicators. We have to break through these next zones of resistance. So if Casper simply follows what QNT and a variety of assets, and I'm talking I have over 24 assets that are at least up at the 382 or the 50% and even more up at the 702 and the 786. So when and if Casper does challenge this 5-cent area, breaks through it because there is some resistance, we'll show the chart, we'll make it up to that next level, as you can see, about 7.6 cents. So now comparing the price chart, zooming out, we can see that we do have some resistance right there. I drew a horizontal ray at 5 cents even. Along with this area at the top of the range that is actually right around that 382 Fibonacci retracement. Notice that we also have the 200 daily moving average crossing that level right now at 5.5 cents. So as you can see on the daily time frame, we're just comparing the swing high, the March-April high, the same exact thing for Casper. We're seeing other assets make it up to the 236. And as we saw Filecoin actually do this last week, notice August 1st is when it hit the 236 to perfection using that same March-April high. Notice the 200 MA is cutting through that 382. So for me personally, Rose on the right hand side, notice it was 1 week after exactly, as you can see. As you can see, August 1st for Filecoin at the 236 Fibonacci retracement, a big old 100% pump. And as you can see, Rose had a very similar structure. Notice as we're crashing, what happens? We reject the 702. Rose rejects the 702, crashes, lower low, consolidation, boom. Where did it go? Right to the 236. So I know this may seem a little contrarian for anybody that's maybe used to very traditional markets, but it is my opinion, not financial advice, that you can always find leaders and laggards in the market. And in this case, it was super profitable. As you can see, Rose at 5 cents going to 11 cents, over a 2x or over a 100% pump. So now, as we're zooming out, we can actually see very similar structures with Casper comparing fractals. Now these are subjective, but this is just another confluence. So if you're looking at assets including Algo, XRP, I'd be looking at the next zone and just battling through these retracements, the 236, the 382, right at the 200 MA. Another thing we have to watch is the RSI. Notice that Casper is in a very interesting territory, as you can see right there. If we can get this pierce through the purple for Casper, breaking 70, that's when assets can really fly. So when this does pierce, I do wholeheartedly expect that Casper would come up to the 236, if not all the way up to 5 cents. And QNT did a very similar move here, then it came down again, retraced a bit, and then broke through and pumped again. You can see that Ethereum is moving up to the 382, and I mean, we can even be more conservative and just use the swing high as the 2 candle bodies. And so for a swing high or a swing low, notice this is still that April or March high, whether it's, March 20th or like April 3rd or 6th, as you can see. So if I wanted to make this more conservative for Casper and go right on those candle bodies, check this. You can see on each side of this candle, there's a lower high and a lower high before and after. Now here's the HBAR price chart, and right now we're seeing a lot of assets coming up to this purple zone, whether it's the 382 using the 200 daily moving average or breaking through this and making it up to the 702 region. This is where assets can pump really hard if they break through, as we saw QNT pushing, but they can also reject incredibly hard. And remember, QNT already pumped over 200%, whereas we're looking at like Algo, it's still around the low. I mean, look at this, 34, 35%, that's nothing. So right or wrong, I'm personally focused on assets that are still down here well below the 236, and I know it didn't work down here. As you can see, it didn't work here because this was not the bottom yet. I do believe that we have found our bottom for the time being, which means there's a high probability for a lot of altcoins that are legitimate, specifically like in my blue list right on the right hand side. I do believe that these assets battle up and make it to these retracements. I have over 24 assets that have already reached these levels. We got Rose getting that pump, we have VeChain waking up, we have XLM waking up, we have Zcash waking up, coming up to the 100 MA. Same thing for AVAX or Avalanche. We also have Gala still sitting here, yet to break out. And remember that the Bitcoin price chart is yet to backtest this level right at that wick at 25K. along with some open gaps right here at 28,000 and even 34,800. So Algo, H bar. Let's check XRP. And just looking at this and comparing dozens of assets, we have this 200 MA cutting through. We've seen DAG reach this level, as you can see right there, reaching the 382. This is a game of support and resistance coming up and challenging this previous wick right there. So now DAG has reached the 382 Fibonacci retracement. Q&T has gone all the way up here. Can Casper, XRP, H bar, any laggard you're looking at make their way up to these levels? So right now I'm just doing wick to wick, but we can see support and resistance. We have an obvious wick right there. What else do we have? We have right here almost a double bottom. Let's draw a little zone right here just to kind of check right around that 382. Remember I showed you that DAG just hit that to perfection. That's right at 52 cents. And using that same swing high, the very end of March, as you can see right here for XRP, March 29th, and for DAG, it was March 31st. DAG has reached the 382 Fibonacci retracement, backtesting these previous levels right there. Look at that, one wick, two. So I personally believe that XRP is going to do the same thing. We have wicks right there, and we have double bottom right there at the 382, about 52 cents. So nothing goes straight up. I mean, DAG did pretty much. Look at this big old ride. Let's see how much of a percent that was. I mean, that was like a 50% pump. That's awesome. I would love to see something like that for XRP. And keep an eye on this RSI, because what if we are in fact at this level right there for XRP, right in this zone, just consolidating, waiting for the breakout. Also, I just tweeted this, so feel free to use these as resources. So I just minted my first .algo domain. So for example, it could be your name or kevincage.algo, and that could be your new deposit address for algo. Somebody actually already claimed kevincage.algo, so I don't care. I'm not going to buy it from them. So just beware of that, and I'm hoping that scammers don't actually use that kevincage.algo. That is not my address, but I did see somebody buy it, so I was unable to get it. I'm curious if they're going to list it for sale. So we have NF domains right here, non-fungible domains, or NFDs instead of NFTs. This is Algorand's name service for buying, selling, and managing .algo domains. This is super easy, and I personally recommend this Para wallet. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's P-E-R-A. This is a mobile wallet. So right when you go to the website, you can connect your wallet right there if you have the Para wallet. And all you do is scroll down, click mint your NFT, mint search. And for example, you want to type in, Bob Way, and we'll search if that's available. So we got bobway.algo, shout out Bob Way, an early Ripple employee. And you can buy it for 215 algo right now. And this Para wallet, or PERA, is absolutely awesome. All you'll do is when you're on that website, you're going to connect your wallet or create a new account. You're going to get your 25 words that act as your seed phrase, so please store those somewhere offline. And then this NFT website will show you a QR code. You just go within your Para wallet app on your phone, you scan the QR code, and then it'll connect your wallet. Next up for iTrustCapital, we finally have staking, guys. So this is going to be for Polkadot. So this is the first time in history where an IRA or 401k platform allows you to actually use DeFi, decentralized finance, and stake crypto. So right now they are actually starting with Polkadot. And there will be more assets in the future for staking. I can't say which, but I'm super excited. So right on iTrustCapital's blog, they have the beta program for staking. So I joined iTrustCapital back in 2020, and I took my old IRA that was sitting in index funds. It was doing well, 10-20%, of course. We've had a huge bull run over the past 10 years, and I put that into crypto. So if you do have some DOT holdings, I definitely check this out. This is linked right in the top of the video description. If you do use this link and you fund your account, you'll also get $100. As you can see in this recent Ripple post, we can see a survey by the BIS, the Bank for International Settlements, found that 9 out of 10 or 90% of banks are now exploring central bank digital currencies. And this is up from 80% in 2021. In the People's Bank of China, they actually met at Ripple's offices in 2017. You can Google this, you can find this on your own. Super interesting. And they recently announced that they'd be expanding their pilot into more cities. And Norway is testing its own prototype for a central bank digital currency. And shout out to Norway. I'm Norse and I love Vikings. Next up, some great news. Binance Card users now have access to XRP, SHIB, and AVAX or Avalanche. 14 supported cryptocurrencies. We have Cardano, we have BNB, we have Bitcoin, Binance USD or BUST, which is a great name, Polkadot, Ether. We have Swipe or SXP, Tether, and XRP. And remember that Binance is also partnered with MasterCard, bringing prepaid cards to Argentina. And I know I shared videos of MasterCard actually talking about their partnership with Ripple. I believe it was like a VP. Also, we have Meta or Facebook enabling Instagram NFT integration in over 100 countries. They're also launching integrations with Coinbase Wallet. We have Hello Dapper and support with the Flow blockchain. We're going to finish up with this. So Jamil K is a must follow, great XRP community member. And as you can see, Gary Gensler, I almost said Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary Gensler, the current SEC chair, used to be an MIT professor, buddies with the founder of Algorand, Silvio McCallie. And in this clip, he's basically talking about XRP algo. He discusses a variety of assets. I used to watch a lot of his actual courses that are free right on YouTube when I was at the gym. And Jamil says in quotes, JP Morgan used the SEC to stall Ripple, the company, from gaining market share. because they would not give them 50% ownership of the XRP escrow. And I do believe this is true to some extent. JP Morgan only wants to make moves that benefits themselves. Now, as we know, there are 3 mega banks according to Ashish Birla: JP Morgan, Citi, and HSBC. Now, HSBC and Citi are Ripple partners, but these 3 banks oversee 80% of all cross-border transactions, the trillions of dollars in capital flow every single year. They oversee 80% of it. So you're damn right that JP Morgan has a vested interest. They do not want decentralization or even just a little more decentralized. They want to be the top one that is controlling all these transactions and making bank, pun intended, in the world of transaction banking. Instead of 3 banks controlling all of this and making bank from it, Ripple's trying to democratize this opportunity for mom and pop shops, smaller FIs, other banks that are not mega banks. So instead of the 3 most powerful banks controlling everything, Ripple is trying to make that opportunity accessible for the top 500, the top 1,000 banks. And JP Morgan does not like that. It is threatening the powers that be. And of course, there's potentially puppets in this game. Look at my cursor, right there. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe. All links can be found in my link tree linked in the video description, and I will catch you in the next one.